those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen.
Alright, YouTubes, it's Mr. Mean coming at you from Beaumont, Texas. It is a Monday evening. We had a fantabulous weekend. Everything in life is good. Couldn't be better. Well, it could be better. I wouldn't have to go to Arizona on Wednesday, but I do. And that sucks, but I'm trying to get my child support lowered. So life is good. But anyway, tonight's video du jour, we're jumping back. Oh, wait, first let me start with this. Notice the new spectacles. Clark Kent, Superman, just saying. Got new contacts, need the glasses for up close reading. They're working great. I can see crystal clear. Life is good. Contacts work great. Screen's a little blurry with this light and everything, and it's a little tiny recording window that I'm looking at. But I got my snowballs set up. I got my HD camera set up. Life is good. Everything is working lovely. So tonight's video du jour is some stuff for the dark eye. We're going to go over some of the peripherals that came out not too long ago, and it's taken me a while to make a video on them just because, baby, and mom's recuperating and doing well, and life is good. So the two things I picked up, I already did a video on the fate chips. Everybody knows about these. Every player gets 3 of them. They allow you to do certain things. They look like this. If you haven't seen them, I highly recommend them. They're nice poker chip quality. They got, you can hear that they sound pretty solid. They're very nice to come in a neat little box. It's kind of like a plasticized box. So it, you heard that. Definitely got some weight to them. So basically what we got is there's a plethora of cards that come out that go in conjunction with the dark eye. I didn't pick them all up because I didn't have the money. Paizo Publishing sells them, and they're very reliable as far as their shipping and buying stuff. So the first deck I got was the Dark Eye card pack. It contains 63 cards, and it's liturgies and ceremonies. And that's the little box it came in, so it's basically 63 cards. And what you get is you get these cards. Let me pull one out. So the one I pulled out is the Birth Blessing. This is a blessing. Blesses and welcomes newborns into the community of believers and protects them against kidnapping by kobolds, fairies, and lesser demons for the duration of the blessing, as long as 12 years. See below. You can cast this blessing up to 12 days after a child's birth. If you want longer to cast the blessing, it has no effect. If you wait longer, the range is touch. The duration, like I said, is up to the 12 years. Target category and intelligent creatures. Aspect is general. So basically that's the spell you get. If everybody can see that, it should focus in there when I get my big fat head out of the way. So as you can see, what I did is I took them and I bought these dragon shields. They're the clear mate. So one side is kind of shiny clear. You can see that it's very easy to read through, and the other side is kind of oh, that's the shiny clear side, and this is the mate side. And you can tell by the texture. This side is very smooth, and then the mate side is a little more rough. So what I did is I took all of these cards. You can see it fit. These 68 cards fit in one box. So obviously that's Ducky, and it works out really nice. They've got all your spells in them and everything you would need. All of your ceremonies and liturgies fall into nothing. Liturgical chant. Blessed ones of Fex use this liturgical chant to survive falls from great heights. You would make a courage, intellect, and agility check. The effect, the blessed one can ignore 3 yards worth of falling damage per quality level. Liturgical time is 1 action. The KP cost is 8. Range is self. Duration is the quality level times 3 in combat rounds. Target category is intelligent creatures, meaning you can cast it on intelligent creatures. Traditions is Fex, or the Shadow, and improvement cost A. So some of the spells have stuff on the back, like here's one. Tradition, Church of Parain, Blessed Tradition. So when administering minor healing blessings, recipients receive 2 life points instead of 1. So it's just a blessing. And this one goes on to tell you all of the stuff in the front, and there's stuff on the back. So that's why I recommend the mate cards, so that you can use the front and back. So anyway, just a quick video to show that off. And then I got so that's one deck. That's the Liturgies and Ceremonies. And then I got these bad boys. 119 cards. Yes. Yes. It's a lot of card sleeves on top of the Liturgies deck. This is all basic spells for witches and practitioners of magic. And I did the same thing. I put them in sleeves. And then there's a stack of them. I have to find a deck box of some kind that will fit all of these, that will hopefully have some sort of divider in it, so that I can split, because there's witches spells, there's mages spells, there's ceremonies in there as well. I like the box a lot, but I wanted to protect the cards, because not all the cards will see a lot of use, but I want to run this at a convention, and I want to make sure my cards are just that, my cards. And so if I put them in sleeves, everybody's going to know, hey, these are not my cards, and then that should hopefully facilitate me getting them back, because there's nothing worse than looking for the card and realizing you don't have it because you loaned it out to somebody and it disappeared. The other thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and it's a good thing, it's no rant, it's a positive rant, was 2 weekends ago I did OwlCon at Rice University, and I want to say I had a fantastic time. Really good time. I ran Fantasy Age from Green Ronin. Went very well. We did what I like to call a world building session, because as you know, or if you don't know, go back and check my video on Fantasy Age by Green Ronin. Uses the Age system, adventure game engine. They don't provide a world. It's a generic fantasy setting, much like GURPS or some other games out there. And so you have to provide a world. So what we did is we did about an hour and a half of world building. And basically what I did is I went around the table. I had 6 players, and each player got to say something specific about the world from their point of view. And we had a big grease board, so we wrote it down on the board so that everybody could look at it. We did everything as I provided the name of the world. They filled pretty much all the blanks in. So it was really cool. It was very much dungeon world type scenario, where I just kept asking and the players filled it in. So we had like an elf player who was an archer, and she filled in everything about what the elves thought of the world and everything, and then it went all the way around to the humans and the halflings and the orc, and it was a lot of fun, and it's what I'm going to do at MagCon. But that was just a quick blurb. I wanted to give a shout out and props to the OwlCon staff at Rice University. They put on another bang-on convention. We had a blast. Me and a couple of my friends went down, and we spent the weekend, or went up and over, I should say. It was only about a 2-hour drive, and like I said, it was a good time had by all. We had a nice time. It was a lot of fun. So that's just a quick video update. I hadn't posted in a week, and I was getting the Jones to do one. I'll probably do a longer video this weekend when I'm not so tired. I've got a lot of stuff on my mind, as I got to go to Arizona on Wednesday, day after tomorrow, to deal with my lovely ex-wife, who I won't even say anything about because I believe in karma. But I have to go there and deal with her and leave my family here for a day, which is just going to suck. Yeah, that's it. For those of you who don't know, The Dark Eye has a video, I guess a video podcast or something like what I'm doing here, and it's actual gameplay of their game, and it's called Hidden Knife, Knife, and it's by John Matthews, Defoggi, Defoggi, and it's basically using the Dark Eye system. I'm not sure if they're using spell cards or not. They've got episode 2 and 3 up, I believe. Episode 1, the audio was horrible. I don't know what happened, or if it was just a bad position of the mics or whatever. But it was just, a bunch of gamers sitting around a couch, and they were or in a room, and I think it was just the echo quality was bad. They didn't have decent mics, or maybe they did, and it was just the setting they were in was not acoustically right. But I couldn't listen to it. It hurt my ears too much, even on the lowest setting. And if someone banged the table or chucked dice, it sounded even worse. So I'm not quite sure, but it was nice to see an actual live play of The Dark Eye. And like I said, they're on episode 2, and it appears that they've gotten the audio issues fixed. I just started watching it tonight, and it sounds way better. So I'm not sure what they did or didn't do, but whatever they did, it's working. So I hope they keep it up. I'm looking to see more of the rules mechanics in play. They're doing a lot of role play, which is always cool, but a game like The Dark Eye that's fairly crunchy, I want to see the rules in action. I want to see the GM describe the rules and see what's going on. And like I said, I haven't given the show a fair shake, so it may do that. And this is posted in conjunction with Ulysses Spiel, and the guys behind The Dark Eye. They've gotten their approval and their blessing and everything, so I think that's really cool. I would love to be able to take my rig to a convention or whatever and set it up to record a gameplay session. I've been reading a lot, and I'm really liking the game system. It is fairly crunchy, kind of similar to D&D 3.5, but not as bad as 3.5, where it just got to be a glutton of books and a ton of things, and it just drove you mad. Or like Palladium Rifts, where every book just crept the power level up even higher. This seems pretty simple. I did go through the solo play adventure, and that was pretty cool. I did enjoy it, but again, it didn't really highlight all the rules, and I don't know if that's because we went through it with the point of view of a thief. It was a thief was the main character. I don't want to give anything away, but it has to do with vampires. It's really cool. But go out and pick it up if you haven't done it. If you're interested in The Dark Eye and you want to learn a different game system besides D&D or Pathfinder, this might be a good system for you. The feedback I've gotten from my players is it's a lot of dice rolling in the beginning, but I told them to keep an open eye at it, like open mind, and it really lends to the excitement, because you're rolling 3 attributes to see if you succeed at something, and those rolls really ramp up the excitement level or the depression of not making it. It's kind of cool. I like that. I like to see my players' emotions and stuff, so I really like the system. I'm getting a lot deeper into it, and I'm reading it. I'm really enjoying what I'm reading. The spell cards, I think, are very much a very awesome addition. You don't need these to play. The spells are all in the books. It's not like you got to buy these in order to play a mage or a witch or a cleric, a clerical type character. You don't need them. You just, they're helpful. And if you put them in a sleeve, it's even better, because now you can write on them and say how, if you bump the spell, if you add more arcane energy to a spell, you can increase your chance of successfully casting the spell. And like any other thing, AE, as they abbreviate it in the book, or arcane energy or astral energy, is a resource, so you have to manage it. You have to weigh the cost of your spells, and you just don't sling spells left and right like there's no tomorrow, because it's not necessarily as easy to gain AE back, or ethereal energy or arcane energy. It's not as easy to get it back. It takes time, and there are ways to increase. I think you get 1d6 for every rest option that you take, or rest increment that you take, and there are ways to boost it, and I'm reading up on that. I don't know all of them yet, but they're just like talents or perks that you can get that will increase the amount of AE that you can get back in a rest increment. So it's very cool. I really like it a lot. I like it ties in with the mechanical system of how well you cast a spell. The quality level, or the QL, is based on how well you succeed at casting the spell. And of course, that is determined by a skill check, basically, whether it be sagacity, intelligence, courage, whatever. But you would make those 3 attribute rolls, and depending on how many skill points you have left over, that's going to give you your quality level of success, and then that can affect how good the spell is. So I really like it. I think it's very cool. It is a little math. It is a little effort in order to do it, but it's like anything. It comes into play and it works. So I really like it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping to be able to get a game going pretty soon. I've been slowly introducing my game group. We have a bi-weekly Star Wars game, and we're trying other games because, like I said, I have this plethora of games, and they all agreed that they're in the same boat. They want to experience different games and all kinds of games. So we're going to run Simba Room next. That's a Swedish game. I really like it as well. It's a very good system. It's very dark though. It's not dark. The Dark Eye is not as dark as Simba Room. The Dark Eye is very much a slightly darker than Dungeons and Dragons, but it's on par with D&D or GURPS Fantasy. It can be as dark as you want to make it, or not quite as dark. Whereas games like Simba Room, Warhammer, Yggdrasil, very dark games. So I'm really looking forward to giving that one a try. And then after that one, we will run the Dark Eye. I was able to go on their website and download a whole bunch of not NPCs, but download. I found a link to another website where they had a whole bunch of like convention type characters, and I believe they came off the main Ulysses Spiel website at one time, where they were part of the Kickstarter, but they're all a bunch of NPCs out of the different books, and someone put them in one spot. So that's fantastic. I downloaded them. They're about a half a sheet of paper vertical, and it just gives you everything you need to play that character. So it's a great character sheet. I can print 2 on a sheet and then cut it in half, and then what I'll do is I'll probably at work I can laminate stuff. We have a laminator at work, so I'll laminate them so the players can write on them with grease pencils or dry erase markers or wet erase markers, whatever, and that'll be a good convention type game. So I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, I didn't want to babble on too long. I don't even know how long this video is because I can't see the print. Oh, we're going on 17 minutes, so not too bad. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, as always, put them down in the bottom. Let me know what you think of the Dark Eye. I'm really taking a shining to it. I said that before in my previous videos. It had been a while since I had done a video, and I just got these spell cards a little while ago. I've had them like, I don't know, month, 2 months. So it's really my fault for not getting the video out. But, of course, a new baby in the house. You know how that goes. So anyway, everything is well. Everybody, hearth and home is well. And I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, click like and subscribe. It helps me out, gives me the numbers. If you're a content producer for role-playing games and you would like an honest, unbiased opinion, send me a copy of your game. I'll be more than happy to do it. You can always reach out to me at jpolak@gmail.com, and I'll send me a PDF copy of your game. Doesn't have to be hardback. I do like the hardback though. Of course, whenever I do a review for product that has been given to me, I always state that in the beginning of the review and at the end, because you're sending me your product to review, and I'm going to give it an honest review. So if it's not what I think is good, I will state that. But again, everything is in my humble opinion. So, and I am me. I'm Mr. Mean. So, but yet I've yet to review a bad game. So I'm having fun. I'm enjoying doing this, and I thank you guys for joining me on this ride. It's just getting better and better all the time. Again, I'm part of the Nerds International group, so go check them out on G+. And look at their other videos. There's some really cool podcasts and stuff that they got up about Savage Worlds, and they do some video playtest, or not playtest, but video plays of games. Right now they're running Conan by Modiphius, the 2D20 system, which is the same mechanical system that Mutant Chronicle uses. So I can tell you right now, it's a phenomenal system. It's fun, so check it out. You might just like it. You might find a new game system. Who doesn't like Conan? I mean, it's Conan. Come on. So anyway, as always, peace and hair grease, and be kind.